Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Reed Wilson, and today we're joined by Seth Butler and Trent Tatum because it's FKA the Pod. Yeah.
Woo! That's
Yeah,
right.
get
We're
hyped.
here. We made it. We made it to this episode 300 and something. Probably.
Have we passed the I guess we probably have passed the 300 mark.
You know,
I'm not trying to think about how long that is.
It's been like 5 years.
It's been
plus.
a minute. Yeah, it's been
Right?
about 5 years.
That's crazy.
But
looks like this might be episode 371.
oh, we're still in the glory days, and the glory days start with business. And that's you guys got any business to get down to?
Yeah, I've got
Firstly,
some
ordered up.
I've got some drinks. I was thinking when we were talking about the episode numbers, like I don't really think about the numbers because it's like the scoreboard 0. We always got to bring our best game. So.
0-0 every time. Still,
That's right. Just like our subscriber count on YouTube. Go follow us, please.
FK the Pod everywhere. That's right. We be plugging. Oh, APP. APP.
AP Bio.
Shout out. I think that show's canceled. They had the rat from Ratatouille in it and Dennis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got a Coors Light Silver Bullet Blue Mountains, as you can see, and I also had the Ryan Stonehorn Memorial Fireball Cinnamon Whiskey shot out of the Christmas coffee mug.
Nice. I'm back on my Rainier game, man. I'm back from the illness last week.
Nice.
So I'm drinking again. I'm drinking the spring water up here.
Hardly spring nowhere. All right, guys. And, well, yeah, guys, I'm giving you a choice. Green or orange? You get nothing, only color, green or orange.
Orange.
I was going to go orange as well.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
then I will be having a half-day peach iced tea. Our sponsor got a little shark guy on it, or a dolphin with a little super soaker and a hat. He's got hair.
That's cool.
Oh, he's got hair. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
So what is a half day? Is
It's not alcoholic.
It's like 12 hours.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
Or back in school, it was like 4 hours, right? Like
Facts,
7 to
it was
11
really
or
early.
whatever.
Yeah, this
11
is
to
good
12.
for your gut. Shout out, like, we'd have, like, every couple Thursdays would be, like, a really fucking late one. It's like, for some reason, it's the third Thursday, we're starting at 9. Like, why?
That is pretty
I'm grateful for it, I guess, but, like, why? Like,
Was
why
this
are
like
we...
a statewide thing?
I don't know. We just did it at least in our district, every couple Thursdays, like, fucking 35-minute classes all day.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Sure.
Interesting.
No, the only time we started late was like a half inch of snow. Or
A half inch of snow. Yeah, if there was threat of snow.
We still went threat of snow. I
If
was
it got a
lower.
little too cold, we said no, never mind. We're not gonna go. That's funny. So speaking of learning things, I've got a topic that's kind of related to our book club, which we're gonna get to in just a couple minutes here, I guess.
that's right.
So when we were, kicking around topics or books that we might read for a book club, we decided on a crime or like a mystery thing, because then we can maybe have some guesses to like, make some educated guesses and finger somebody for the crime, like they might say.
That's a pretty steep like charge.
What is it that you have to say in Clue? I accuse. I think you might have to accuse people.
Cluedo.
One of the things that we talked about was like maybe doing an Agatha Christie book, right? And that was kicked around a little bit. Well, if you want to learn stuff from Agatha Christie herself, you can. Agatha Christie is dead, famously, but there is
But
a
her
company.
AI is not.
Yeah, there's a company called BBC Maestro, which is basically the same thing as Masterclass.
Okay.
They have a new Masterclass style class that can teach you how to write, that's taught by AI deepfake Agatha Christie.
So Agatha Christie is the BBC maestro.
I think that BBC has a lot of maestros, but she's the writing one.
Got it.
Okay.
So they might have. I wonder if they do just dead people. I wonder who else you could get for BBC maestro, famous dead people who you might want to take their
I'm
class.
not trying to be no BBC maestro.
BBC Maestro has said that this is a groundbreaking course that was carefully created by over 2 years by a team of 100 people, including academics, researchers, creative professionals, and a team of leading global Agatha Christie scholars who have each studied Agatha's written and spoken words, who curated the course to reflect all her teachings.
And then we ripped a bunch of shit off of Wikipedia and had it just teach that instead.
Yeah, they probably just had ChatGPT read all our books, and we're like, okay. So anyway, would you guys take a course taught by an AI?
No. No, AI scares me, man. I'm scared of AI.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah. It might be pretty. If it's like at home, I mean, it'd probably be better than having like just like guessing around. Like it would like auto grade the homework or whatever, or do whatever somehow. It's like, oh, you should probably like you're failing all these fucking long division problems or whatever. I don't know.
Wouldn't that suck if Agatha Christie's AI failed you? You were taking her BBC Meister class and she failed you.
Well, I mean, just like, yeah. I mean, if you gonna fail, you gonna fail.
She's like, no, this sounds more like American mystery novel.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta get out of here. You're being too direct and too descriptive, man. Here's all the things that were in this guy's pocket.
Yeah.
This is how you roll a cigarette. This is how you make your own cigarette. God.
Yeah, so we're bleeding a little bit into our book. It's only $10 a month, apparently, for BBC Maestro, so check it out if you're interested.
Trying to get maestroed.
Yeah. But we're reading an American, I would call it more of a crime novel than a mystery novel. I mean, there is some mystery. Who's who? Yeah. What are their real names? How do you roll a cigarette?
For real. So at the top, we're reading The Maltese Falcon, Dashiel Hammet. Yeah.
We're all holding them up.
We all have different versions. Wow.
Mine has been bought and sold several times. This is like a used book.
Mine's from the library.
I purchased mine so that I could make notes within it.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as I was reading this. Like, damn, there's some lines in this book that, frankly, there's something else. The way that this guy is writing, at sometimes it's the most boring, driest shit I've ever read, and his writing is the worst. And then he just does some shit that's like, I would have never said it that way. It makes total sense, but like, I don't know why he's like, oh, he manhandled it or he maneuvered it, like when they were like talking about lighting the lighter. It was like, he manipulated it. That's the word he used. Like, picked up the lighter, manipulated it. I'm like, why? I'm like, why you gotta pick? It's like it's so old,
Dude,
man.
have a character count to meet, man.
Yeah, he did. I need to make this really long because essentially, right? I guess we could do a brief overview of what's happened. We've read like 80 pages, right?
Yes.
And I think that I was thinking about this. I was talking to my girlfriend Jill about this. Shout out to my girlfriend Jill. I was like, if you want to write a mystery novel, what you do is you have something that happens, okay? So, and I don't know if we know what that is yet, right? Somebody misplaced a bird, okay?
Yeah, we're 8 chapters in, and I don't think we're at the good part yet.
But all you do is you have something that happens, and then you throw in a bunch of shit to make it confusing. Like, that's it. And so all we've gone through so far is the confusing shit, because all that's happened is this, well, 2 people have died, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, this woman
that's
goes
in like
to
the first 5 pages of the book.
This
basically.
Woman goes to a private investigator and is like, "Hi, I need your help. Can you follow this guy?"
Spade is the dude's name, the detective's name.
It's Detectives Archer and Spade.
Yeah,
Samuel
Archer.
Spade and something Archer.
Miles
Archer. Doesn't really matter too much.
Miles Archer goes to follow the guy. But then it turns out that Miles Archer gets killed, but also the guy that he was following gets killed.
Yeah, separately later on.
Yes. And then turns out that this lady was using a fake name, right? And she's acting very suspicious. Also, she had some fake story about why she wanted this guy, Floyd, followed. And then some other dude shows up and is like, I'll pay you $5,000 for the Falcon. And we're like, the Falcon? This is the first time
what's the Falcon?
mentioned.
Yeah, so so the woman, her real name apparently is Bridget O'Shaughnessy. She's apparently she comes from money somehow. She's related to this other guy who's talking about the Falcon, and his name's something Joel Cairo.
Joel Cairo.
Joel Cairo. He's got a Levantine face, whatever that means.
Well, you know, the main character has a white devil face or some shit like that?
Yeah, they keep on saying he has a Satan face.
Yeah.
Like
It's a Satan face.
Oh, and the other thing that I've noticed is he's always talking about people's eye color. Like, always. Every time you meet somebody, it's like, his eyes were this, her eyes were this. So, Samuel Spade, his eyes are yellow.
What?
Which is
Then
pretty
he's
gross.
an alcoholic?
Probably.
But yeah.
Well, I guess he does take, like, shots of, like, he takes, like, big swigs of liquor and then goes home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think so far we know that Bridget O'Shaughnessy is somehow maybe romantically involved with the guy that she had Miles Archer follow. The guy's name is Floyd Thursby.
Rest in peace, maybe.
And he seems to be maybe not the owner, but he knows where the Maltese Falcon is.
Yes.
Or was.
And Joel Cairo wants the Maltese Falcon, and he's prepared to pay 5,000 buckaroos.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have it on him. Like, they keep going to the fact that, like, yo, bro, you got to have this money on you. You're just talking about having the money. Talk about it. Be the money. He's like, I got $100.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not $5,000.
Yeah.
Samuel Spade cares about the money. And he wants it. He wants the Skrilla there, like, in person. He doesn't want
Skrilla.
the promise of any dinero. He wants the effectivo immediately.
So actually, I did a little bit of research here. And by that, I mean I went to the Board of Labor Statistics.gov.
This is a serious book club.
To the inflation calculator, all right? So originally, Wonderly, a.k.a. O'Shaughnessy.
A.k.a. LeBlanc. She had 3.
Yeah, for real.
Anyways, she came to Spade and Archer and asked them to follow Floyd Thursby and gave them $200, which they were like, holy shit, that's a lot of money. All right. So I was curious, $200 from 1929 is the same as $3,800 today. So I guess that's pretty good. I don't know what
That's
you pay.
pretty good.
Can you look up $70,000?
You can
No, I
basically
don't have
do that times 20. Because what was it? It was 200 is like 4,000 ish.
Yeah, almost 4,000.
Yeah. So what's that times 20? What'd you say?
I'm trying to get 70,000.
Like 1.4 million.
Okay, that's not bad. That's a pretty good insurance policy.
Because I think I looked this up
inheritance.
before. I don't remember what it was about, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, because at one point Samuel Spade's going on like a really depressing story about how this guy almost gets killed by a beam, and then he just leaves his family.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the point of that?
I don't know.
That's like a full chapter. He's just talking about this guy who.
Yeah.
I thought it was
like
pretty
a
interesting. I was kind of like, all right, this is better than the rest of this shit, because the rest of the time they're just old timey talking, and they're like really beating around the bush.
Yeah.
About everything to get. Basically, nothing's happened. Like
No.
in
I
8
think this stuff
chapters,
is going to
nothing's
start
happened.
happening now, I hope. Because, like, we know all the characters, I think. But the back of the book mentions somebody named Gut Man or Fat Man.
There's still the fat man we haven't been introduced yet.
So I think that's important that we're going to... I guess Fat Man, because Joel Cairo is like, I'm looking for this for its owner.
Yeah, I think the fat man might be the Maltese
The owner.
Falcon. The Falcon.
Yeah.
But also, Cairo says he'll pay Spade $5,000 to find this. I think they don't even call it a Maltese Falcon until.
I don't think they've said
Yeah,
that
he's just
yet.
calling it a statuette, an ornament.
a black bird.
The black bird.
Yeah. But anyways, $5,000 in today is $95,000.
It's pretty good.
So that's a chunk of change,
Yeah.
man.
I'd find that bird.
Yeah, I'd
spend a
look
year-
for it.
I'd
for
spend a
sure.
year finding that bird.
I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would. If two people got killed over it, I don't know. I mean, it depends. Oh, another thing is, so we've got
Third time's the charm.
Joel Cairo wants the bird, right?
Mhm.
I guess we assume that Bridget, because she was somehow in cahoots with Floyd, somehow knows where the bird is, and we've got Spade looking for the bird. But there's a third party involved. So in the later chapters, somebody is following Spade around. So don't know who that is.
Yeah,
Also,
some
the
kid.
police kind of want to get at Spade because they want to pin these moitas on Spade.
They're in
'cause two
San
people were killed.
Francisco, but I've been giving them transatlantic accents in my head. Like when I'm reading it, they got transatlantic accents because
These
it's
moitas.
1920. The other kind is like, oh, they sound like 1920.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a couple questions that I wanted to ask you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I also have a couple of questions as well.
Okay. Well, I'll start with one. Then maybe you can do one, Trent. What do you think the Maltese Falcon is, and why is it valuable to the Fat Man or to Joel Cairo?
I think it is what it is, man. I think it's a statuette. Maybe there's drugs in the middle of it.
Yeah, I was thinking at first glance, it's like maybe it's just like got diamonds in its eyes or something. It's got some gems
right.
in it that are like, and it's made out of gold or like some kind of crazy
Black
Egyptian
gold.
pewter. I don't know, something nuts.
Yeah.
But like I was then thinking it's probably got something inside of it, or it's a key that unlocks another key. Then you have to go and steal a Declaration of Independence kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I can
That's
see that.
those are the three options I got going on in my head in
It's like a crystal
ascending
skull.
order of likelihood.
Well, my question.
Actually, I think it's a sled.
A sled.
Yeah, I think it's a red sled.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Never mind.
No,
Red
I don't
sled.
get it either. Anyway.
My question is a little bit more open-ended, I think. Is Spade, and we can throw Archer in there too, are they shitty guys?
This is a good question.
Spade's a dog. He's a dog of a man.
Okay, so there's this I guess
He's a piece of shit.
Maybe it's a beeline story going on that after Archer gets killed, it's revealed that Spade and Archer's wife have a thing for each other.
But yeah, they've been hitting each other up on the not even the medium maybe
On the medium.
People be knowing about it.
The secretary at their office knows all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Archer's wife.
She's probably
is
my favorite character, by the way. The secretary,
FEP Ryan.
Yeah, she's the best one in this whole story.
But Archer's wife is coming to Spade and be like, "Hey, when are we gonna move in together? Now that my husband's dead. Hey, now that my husband died yesterday, when can we make this public?"
She's waiting outside his house, and then there's some other strange woman going into his house, and she's like, "Who is that?" And he's like, "Don't worry about it, toots."
Yeah, dude. He's such a shitty guy. And Cairo comes to his office. Admittedly, Cairo holds him at gunpoint a little bit, but he just immediately beats the shit out of Cairo.
That poor guy.
He's kind of a mean guy, and a little bit of a fuckboy. It sounds like.
Yeah, but he's the main character.
Yeah.
He's a big piece of shit though.
Yeah.
One other thing. So the book takes place in San Francisco. At one point, Spade has to go to Los Angeles because what's her face? Wonderly LeBlanc O'Shaughnessy. Bridget. She, it's getting hot in Los Angeles. 2 people have died, right? So she's like, I got to get out of here because I don't want to get questioned by the police. So I think she's got some nefarious past, or also just doesn't want to be connected to these killings.
She's
anyway.
She's a liar. She's good at lying. She's got to practice diatribe. She goes instantly into a whole fucking paragraph of words.
Yeah.
She just be going on,
Like
and
pleading.
Spade calls her out on it. It's like, no.
But she also
That's
doesn't say anything.
cap.
The whole thing is she's like, oh, I can't tell you why I need your help, but I need your help. I needed Floyd's help before, but now I need your help, but I can't tell you why. But I guess it's because she knows where the Falcon is or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, Los Angeles is like 4 hours away from San Francisco, apparently, based on my Google Mapsing. Do you guys think that we're going to go to, they mention New York, they mention like Hong Kong. You think we're going anywhere else? Or you think Samuel Spade's not going to get on a plane to go track down
They
this
got
Falcon?
planes in 1923.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm like 90% sure.
They do.
They got like trans-American flights.
I don't know if you can. I don't know. That's a good question. Like, can you book an American Airlines?
How do you get from San Francisco to New York in 1923? You probably take a train or two.
Well, Wright brothers were early. They had planes in World War One. So I mean, they planes exist. I don't know if they're passenger.
How many people are going on them?
I don't know. But anyway, throw that aside. You think he's getting on a steamship to go to Hong Kong? Or you think that the Falcon is in San Francisco and we're spending our time there?
I think we're going to spend our time most likely in California. At the safest hedge there.
We're like a third of the way through the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we want to go somewhere else, the way Dashiel Hammet describes shit, we better get fucking going, dude.
like we should have been
We
there.
better get going. But yeah, you mentioned he has an interesting way of describing things and describing processes and how people look, just like in his own unique way, sort of. And I wanted to read you guys a description of Wonderly, aka LeBlanc, aka O'Shaughnessy, from the first chapter, and I think it's hilarious. It's just a paragraph.
Okay.
It says, she was tall and pliantly slender, without angularity anywhere. Her body was erect and high-breasted, her legs long, her hands and feet narrow. She wore 2 shades of blue that had been selected because of her eyes. The hair curling from under her blue hat was darkly red. Her full lips were more brightly red. White teeth glistened in the crescent her timid smile made.
Wow.
So that's the type of shit that we're
Not
into, man.
gonna lie, I've been visualizing this all in black and white. This is a black.
That's good.
Like when I'm reading this is a black and white story with everybody speaking
Yep.
that way.
Oh, here I found I wanted to read you something else because I was totally confused by this, but I found this part where he picked up the pigskin and nickel lighter that had fallen to the floor, manipulated it.
That's what I was saying.
And with the cigarette burning in a corner of his mouth stood up. So that's where he said manipulated it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, most of the time I get what he's saying. I think that there are easier ways to describe this stuff too.
I thought this one was fun. He was as many days past 40 as Spade was past 30.
Yeah, that was so good.
He's 10 years older than Spade. That's a good way to say that.
Yeah, that was a solid one. I laughed out loud at that sentence for sure.
So this is where they found Miles Archer dead, okay? Not far from the tunnel's mouth, a man was hunkered on his heels before a billboard that held advertisements of a moving picture and a gasoline across the front of a gap between 2 store buildings. I was like, okay, what is he like posed weird? Like, what does this mean? The hunkered man's head was bent almost to the sidewalk so he could look under the billboard. A hand flat on the paving, a hand clenched on the billboard's green frame, held him in this grotesque position. So, I don't know. I don't know if I was supposed to get something from that, but that's one where I remember I was like, what?
Yeah.
He be saying a lot to say absolutely nothing.
Yeah. The important part is that he's dead. It's not that he's perched between a billboard for a gas station and a billboard for a moving picture. That doesn't really matter.
I was thinking it's just like, wow, he's really telling. Like, he's really telling, not showing at all. Like, he's like, He's really going out there and just not leaving you, like, you don't have to think about nothing. He's telling you exactly everything you need to know. Like, you don't have to imagine, you don't got to intuit, you don't got to fill nothing in. Everything he's saying.
I think
You know, this is the scene. And that's why I think it probably made a good movie. And I think people know it as a good movie because, like, he wrote it. It's basically just like, he wrote it as all just descriptive language. Like, the things, like, he gets a little bit fun with the descriptions, but most of the time it's pretty technical. It's just like, oh, it wouldn't surprise me at one point. It's like, oh, it's 45 centimeters long. And then, like, they push
Also, it's not very long. It's like you don't really have to cut anything from this book to make a 90-minute movie. Like this, you just do this because it's not like, I mean, I think definitely with the descriptions and stuff, it lends itself to just showing somebody with 2 different colors of blues on versus she had this blue and then this blue and then her lipstick was almost the same color of her hair, but not.
It's like, oh, yeah, her fucking hair's red and her lips are red. Okay, word. And it's like you didn't even think about that. You just see it.
Yeah, dude. I've been trying to find another situation that I think is kind of funny. I think maybe I mentioned earlier that he describes everything that was in a pocket in this dude's pockets. So it's like half a page, man. It's so many notes. I'll just read you a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Besides the wallet and its contents, there were 3 gaily colored silk handkerchiefs, fragrant of Kuiper, a platinum Longines watch, and a platinum and red gold chain, attached at the other end to the small pear-shaped pendant of some white metal. A handful of United States, British, French, and Chinese coins, a ring holding half a dozen keys, a silver and onyx fountain pen, a metal comb in a leatherette case, a nail file in a leatherette case, a small street guide to San Francisco, a Southern Pacific baggage check, a half-filled package of violet pastils, a Shanghai insurance broker's business card, and 4 sheets of Hotel Belvedere writing paper, on one of which was written in small, precise letters Samuel Spade's name and addresses of his office and his apartment.
Dude, and the crazy part is the paragraph above that is just what's in his wallet.
What's in his wallet?
So he spent some paragraph on the wallet and a paragraph on everything else.
And then one of the cops looks at his shit and is like, gross. Like, it's like whatever Kuiper is. I don't know whatever that is.
I think it's like a
apparently it's some
thing.
kind of queer smell. To use their terms.
Man, that's funny.
But big takeaway from the first 7 chapters of this book. Kind of want to learn to roll my own cigarettes.
You should watch Sinners.
Did
ding,
they roll
ding,
their own
ding.
cigarettes and Sinners?
I've got an update. I went to see Sinners, the movie, in the theater.
And?
Nice, dude.
Well, the theater was quite nice. Sinners was a good film. I enjoyed it quite
Out
a
of
lot.
10?
I'd probably give it like an 8. It's good.
Out of 5?
I'd probably give it like 4.5.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it
Not
was
too
very good. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it. There were some things where I was, these people show up who appear to be chasing the bad guy at one point, but then they're like, oh, it's getting dark, gotta go home. And I was expecting them to show up again. Like, okay,
yeah, agreed.
Surely you would go fix this problem if you're the ones who know about it. But they didn't. And then also the movie, it ends, right? Or you think it does, but then it keeps on going for 30 minutes. It's like the climax occurs and you're like, wow, okay. And then one of the main characters is like, I've got some business to take care of. And you're like,
he takes care of business.
You're like,
He takes
wait.
care of business.
What business? And then he does. I just didn't expect that.
And then there's another
it kind
one.
of just kept going. Yeah. And then there's like a kind of half post-credit scene. Anyway, it was a good film. I enjoyed it.
Great movie.
Damn, I gotta see it, man. I have a couple of movie takes too, but I'm gonna wait until we give our whodunit predictions.
Yeah, sorry.
And our review or our rating of the first 7 chapters.
Okay. Do you want to start with that?
Yeah. So, whodunit? My best guess right now is I think I don't know. To me, the most obvious thing would be Miles Archer's murder is completely separate from Floyd Thursby's murder. Floyd Thursby's murder, I think maybe it was someone involved with the kid who's following Spade. Miles Archer's murder, I think it was his wife. Yeah.
So that's a red herring. That they think that's related, but
I kind of like the wife. I like the wife red herring take as well. I think I'm gonna co-sign that one. That the wife, it just killed the husband to be with them. But I'm gonna say that then freaked out somebody else, and that's what got Joe Thursby killed. Or Joe Thursby's
Floyd Thursby.
Yeah, whatever. Got the Thursbys got because he either saw that or got freaked out by that, and then something happened, and then he got caught up in that shit.
So,
and then I think Bridget is somehow responsible for a lot of the problems with the Falcon. I think she's causing a bunch of the problems here. I think she's I think she's the issue.
Ooh, hear me out. Bridget actually hired Cairo, and now they're just pretending like they don't know each other.
Yeah, I could see them being in cahoots.
Yeah.
Okay. I had something to say to back up something that one of
red herring said. Caught up in the crossfire, Joe Thursby.
So true, yeah. So I think that the red herring is the kid following Spade. I think that is Archer's wife, Iva, who hired that kid. So I think that they're all going to be worried about the kid, and then they chase down the kid and they say, "What's going on? See?" And then he's like, "Oh, I was just hired by your affair persons. That they wanted me to follow you to see what you were doing with this strange female who keeps on coming to your house with two different colors of red going on." And
blue shirts and pants.
Oh, the other thing is that the police want to pin these murders on Spade, but it's like, if you're trying to pin both of these on me, it doesn't work, because either I would have killed Archer because I want to be with his wife, which I don't, or I would have killed
I'm just trying to bang his wife.
Or I would have killed Floyd because he killed Archer. But if I want to bang Archer's wife, then I don't care that Archer gets killed. So, I think it is hard for one person to have done both of those. So I don't know if they are related.
Yeah, I think these cops aren't dogs like Spade. They can't. They don't got the dog in them, to think that he's just. It's better if he is married.
He's a real antagonist to these cops too. He's constantly insulting them and stuff. It's pretty funny.
He's really not he sucks. He's just mean to everybody.
It's kind of weird too, because the first time you meet the cops, they're like, "You want to go down there to see your dead partner?" And he's like, "Nah," but they're being nice. They're like, "Oh man, your partner just died. You want to go see him?" And he's like, "No, I gotta go."
Yeah, and then as soon as he gets back to his detective's office, he turns to the secretary and he's like, "Hey, can you take Archer's name off the door?"
Yeah, can you call his wife and send her some flowers for me? I don't want to do it.
Yeah, immediately. He's like, "Oh man, I don't want to." He's like, I don't know women." He just goes back to that. He's like, "I don't know him." Yeah, you're just being a dick. You know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
So some good predictions there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess there has to be a twist. It's not just
1923.
It's not just Bridget knows where it is and she gives it to Spade and Spade gives it to Cairo. Because I don't know what's in it for Bridget then. I guess she just gets out of this whole situation.
Yeah, the fat man.
So I think maybe Bridget is like, "Oh yeah, I know where Floyd hid it," but then they go to find it, but then it's not there because the secretary, FEP Ryan, stole it.
Oh, my favorite character.
Yeah, why is she your favorite?
I don't know.
She hasn't done much.
She's kind of the most level-headed though.
Well, yeah, she's like
she calls out how she sees it.
Yeah, she's like, "You're being a piece of shit." She's calling Sam Spade out on his bullshit, and then. Also, she's noticing things, and then she's doing a lot of the work. She's doing all the errands, and she's doing half the job for this guy. He's wasn't even going to consider it until she said something.
This guy's just drinking whiskey and coming into the office at noon.
Yeah, for real. He gets in, he tells her to go do some stuff. He's like, "I'll be back in an hour, or I'll call," and then he leaves.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
Yeah. So
you guys have ratings? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I guess this is related to my rating. Out of 10, I would give it a like. I thoroughly enjoyed reading it, but I think a lot of that was because I was coming here to discuss it. And I think if I didn't have that, if I was just reading it for my own sake, I'd be like, this is kind of confusing and not very good. I'm gonna give it like a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Out of 10, it's a 6 from me.
I was gonna say 6.5 as well.
Wow.
Out of 5, it's 2.5.
Yeah, same. 2.5. 2.5 out of 5.
I'd probably give it a 3 out of 5. The other thing is like we're not using like a book club guide to like where we should do our discussion or whatever. I wonder if we did our discussion after the next chapter, you know, if it would be like, oh, we got some answers or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, because we were just like, I don't know, this is about a third of the way, I guess, through the book. So that could have something to do with it too. Maybe we get some big revelations in the next chapter, but I'm not exactly sure.
Well, this is the theme wheel of the thing. So like, have you been picking up on themes of lies and
In each chapter?
Yeah.
Interesting.
lies and deception, authority, greed, masculinity, fate and death, love and sex. These are the main themes.
Huh.
I just think this one looks cool. I don't know really how like helpful that is.
Wait, go to the lies and deceptions one. That's like all chapter, every chapter, basically.
Yeah, every chapter max rating.
Yeah. Huh.
Interesting. What did we experience the most of in the first third of the book?
Yeah, what does this AI say that we're doing?
Oh, we can ask it any question. This is Lit AI, Lit Charts AI. This is
Wow.
litcharts.com. Lots of masculinity so far.
Yeah.
Not a lot of
Yeah.
fate and death.
No, there's probably going to be some fate. I mean, 2 people have died.
It's definitely lies. It's definitely lies. It's definitely in this
Yeah.
order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the whole thing,
Well, maybe not. Greed.
if we take it from the top,
Yeah,
right?
probably these two. Though.
If you are the Maltese Falcon's rightful owner and there are no lies and no deception, you still just have the Maltese Falcon. But even if you misplaced it, right, and then you were asking the right questions to the right people, you'd be able to find it. But nobody's telling the truth here, right? If Joe Cairo gets this thing, is he really going to give it back to the owner? Why hasn't he said who the owner is? You know, why did Miss Wonderly lie about who she is and whether she knew where this thing was, et cetera, et cetera? You know, so true.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't really like this book so far. I definitely am getting more enjoyment out of us shitting on the book than actually reading it.
It's fun to even read a somewhat shitty book if you're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna joke around, you know.
Like I wouldn't read a series of this, and I don't think that this guy. Maybe it was groundbreaking for the time, but I don't think Homeboy could cut it now.
Yeah, maybe this was like the first time they had this hard-boiled detective guy. Maybe that's why it was groundbreaking, but like we know what we're seeing here. You know, it's not
Yeah,
like, oh wow, this guy really doesn't care. And
It's
he's
like this-
so cool.
This guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
funny.
Well, before we tie up our first ever book club segment,
Yeah.
we need to decide on our next reading assignment
Ooh, that's good to announce to the listeners.
How many
so that
chapters
they can
are
read
there?
along if they have already. I don't know.
How many chapters have
I
we
think
read
we
so
do.
far?
I think we go to like there are 20 total.
I say chapter 15.
Yeah.
That's about the same amount that we just read, right?
Yeah.
So first we read chapters 1 through 7. Now we read 5 through 14,
8 through 14.
or 8 through 14. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's about
Chapter
70
8's like 2 pages. I've already read it on accident.
Wow.
I
Look at
just
you ahead of the curve.
No. Chapter 7's really short. Never mind. There was one of them
Yeah.
that was like really short. So I mean, this book will make you feel pretty good because it's like 80 pages in and it's like almost done.
Well, it's almost done. It's barely even started at the same time.
Yeah, like. Then there's
Yeah,
a
we're
movie,
going
so you
to
can just
chapter-
watch the movie.
We're going to chapter 15.
That's
Chapter
right.
15.
Let me go ahead and mark that down.
Club over.
That's
All right. Well, now in the last few minutes of the show, I'm gonna put in a little TCG, little totally cool guys segment because I got some interesting pulls for you. So
That's right.
I have 2 cards to show you. and both of them are Yu-Gi-Oh cards. One of them
All right.
is worth $100. The other one is worth like I don't know, maybe like 50 cents or something. One of them is like one of the most powerful cards, or like one of the most hyped cards in like the game right now. It's like it's really meta. It's super good to play. The other one is dog shit. Which one do you think is which?
Probably. Oh, I think it's a joke. I think it's. I think you're
it's a
giving
red
us a red
herring,
herring. The
It's gotta be the
4-star.
top card.
Yeah, this card, Dippity. This card right here does nothing. 0 stats, 0/0 monster, no effect. It's just a light fiend, so it works with like the most popular thing that's going on right now. It's super popular, super good. It does absolutely nothing, but just turn into something else.
What's it called? Dippity?
Dippity. He's a little fox guy inside of a little genie bottle. That's like a 50-cent card. And then this one, which I pulled this weekend, Dragon Master Lord, is $100 card.
Okay, so we were wrong. It was not a red herring.
Well, yeah, this is the expensive one. It sucks. But like the other one is good, but it's cheap and like does
okay.
nothing. Like I guess that's what I was trying to split up or like set up as the dichotomy there. This is the card on TCG Player. This one.
Damn, dude.
Dragon Master Lords.
It's like the highest
Sick.
rarity card they got. Most popular one. So hype. It's most expensive card I've ever pulled. It's hype.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's
Feels
pretty
kind of
sick,
neat.
dude. Nice.
TCG
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with your winnings?
spent. Let's go gambling.
You could probably buy 15 or 20 packs for
I
that.
could probably buy a whole box of cards there.
Yeah, to keep it going.
Yep. Let's go gambling.
Nice. But yeah, so I saw the Sinners movie. That's what I've been up to. Oh, I also I went to. We can get into this a little bit in the next pod, maybe. I went to a concert, and then we had some people come visit us. And while they were here, we went to there's like a big battleship here from World War II, and we went on that. Did the little tour there.
Memorial Day.
Yeah, nice, dude.
Yeah, shout out to Memorial Day, which is coming up soon. So there's like a couple crazy stats from this battleship. It was involved in taking some Japanese islands and stuff. How many people do you think lived on this battleship?
Like lifetime or just at once?
At once. Like, what do you think its capacity was?
Like 350.
350?
Battleship.
Yeah, World War II era battleship.
Yeah. You know what? I'll go over. I'll take a 351, Bob.
It was close to 2,000 people.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
I was way off.
At one point, they had how much frozen beef on this
Like
ship?
in pounds.
Yeah, in pounds. How many pounds of frozen beef?
So if there's 2,000 people,
Yeah. But they're away for a long time. You got to think about that. They're
Yeah.
sailing all around.
damn.
Frozen beef.
Yeah.
8,000 pounds.
12,000 pounds.
50,000 pounds
Jesus
of beef.
That's a lot of beef. Where's the beef? It's in the South Pacific.
They sent it all to the South Pacific. I got a couple other ones. How much do you think the missiles, I guess you'd call them missiles. They're not like torpedoes. They're above ground for like hitting islands and stuff.
Yeah,
How much
missiles.
do you think those things weighed?
Per
Oh.
missile?
Couple
Yeah.
tons. 2 tons.
Yeah, I was going to say like 5,000 pounds.
They're 2,700 pounds. You guys are good on that one. But yeah, it took 6. They had these like 90-pound little sacks. I guess they're not little. 90-pound sacks of gunpowder. It took 6 90-pound sacks of gunpowder to shoot one of these missiles.
Jesus Christ, dude.
It's pretty
That's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah, that's nuts.
I think that might be the last stat I had. But yeah, lots of dudes on there. Oh, the other cool thing I wanted to mention is there were a lot of circumcisions done on this boat.
Why?
Um,
Because people were being born, man.
no,
It's all dudes.
Oh, people at some point the sailors all found out that getting circumcised when you're an adult is I guess not that big of a deal, but it gets you off of duty for a couple days. So you get circumcised and then you just get to go hang out in the sick bay for a couple days.
Let me ask you guys this.
Yeah, let's hear it.
How much would you have to hate your job
Yeah, that's a lot. You gotta hate your job a lot.
to cut off your fucking foreskin, dude?
You gotta hate your job to get like genital surgery.
Yeah. There was another gross thing too, where it was like eventually they stopped doing like voluntary circumcisions because they wanted you to have that in case you were injured in any way and needed a skin graft.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, that's tough.
So yeah,
that's enough skin, I guess.
oh man. So yeah, those are some fun stats from the battleship.
Nice.
Do you guys do anything cool? Do we need a palate cleanser here real quick?
FK the Pod anywhere. It's Twitter, that's X, that's Instagram, that's Threads, that's YouTube.
Right. Read through chapter 14 of the Maltese Falcon.
Yeah, shout out. Go to your local library, or just watch half the movie. Just get to like 15 minutes and then stop.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, though. Bye bye. Happy Memorial Day.